like life, baking is all about it's all about balance. Riding the wave. Shit. Ride with the wave. Digested. Duly noted. We are going to be baking no other than the absolute baking legend, Ina Garten. We're going to make... oh gosh. It's taken a bit of a turn. My head's gone red. Hello and welcome back to my life, but not my home. Today we are in a home from home location visiting some lovely family. Today we're baking Ina Garten's chocolate cake, but we're going to do a dairy-free version with a few little spins of my own. Let's just get cracking and stop messing about. So let's go through the ingredients. Sieved. The words funneled and sieved as well. Method acting. Let's do it again. We have 1 3/4 cups of plain flour. I've also mixed in there a teaspoon of salt and also 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We have 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. I must say this has no milk in, but always double check if you're going for a non-dairy recipe. We have a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I have used olive oil. We have 1 cup of freshly brewed coffee, 2 cups of sugar. I have used caster sugar. We have buttermilk, a cup of oat milk mixed with a tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 eggs. We have a dash of vanilla extract, orange extract. Okay, now we're going to move on to the frosting. So we have 150 grams of dark chocolate. But if you're opting for a no dairy option, just check the ingredients. We have 150 grams of butter alternative, 1 cup of icing sugar. We have 1 teaspoon of instant coffee diluted into 1 tablespoon of hot water. And then here we have an egg yolk. Proof's in the pudding. Not yet. Egg yolk is optional. It just makes it really creamy and dreamy. We have found some silver balls. Silver bells, hear them ring. It's optional again. Now we're gonna start baking the cake. And that means we've got the flour, the baking powder and the salt, and then we have the cocoa powder and the sugar all ready to be mixed in and get acquainted with each other. Start with the flour, sugar in. Right, cocoa powder in. Okay, do little by little. The dance of the nutcrackers. I am the puppet master. Here are the dry ingredients that we've sieved into 1 bowl. Hey, I'm Betty Crocker. It's 1952. And we're gonna start mixing these dry ingredients all together. The dry ingredients are nicely mixing together, and now we're gonna move on to the wet ingredients. The first thing we're gonna add is the buttermilk. Ina recommends that we shake the buttermilk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whisk it and just get it. In this bowl we have all of the wet ingredients except from the coffee that we're going to add in just a minute. So I'm just going to add in vanilla extract and a little bit of orange extract. And now let's whisk it all together. If you could have the spirit of Christmas in a bowl, it would look like And now we're going to add in the coffee. You've got to whisk as the coffee goes in. That's whisked. We're going to preheat the oven to 170 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's get the wet ingredients mixed in now with the dry ingredients. We're going to put this on a low mix, and as the low mix is low mixing, we're going to add in the wet ingredients. Cioccolato supremo. It's done. The club's closed. closed, you can go home. No, don't go anywhere because we're not finished. Don't be alarmed that it's very runny because there's a lot of liquid in it. And that's just exactly how it is in this recipe. Okay, so in the original recipe, it's a 2-tiered cake, but we're just gonna go ahead and make one big cake. So we've got one big cake tin, deep Chicago dish, and we're gonna put the mixture in and have a jolly good time, and we're dancing and we're prancing, and we're getting it in the oven and just stick it when it's hot enough. The fountain of life, the fountain of beauty. The sensory experience is unmatched. We leave no mix behind. Nicely preheated. Be very careful. You know what they're like. And that's going to be her new home for the next 35 minutes, prox. Okay, so we're going to move on to the frosting now. The first step, we need to melt the chocolate before we set it aside. We've got the chocolate in a heat-proof bowl above the pan of water, and that's just going to melt away on a low heat while we make the rest of the frosting. Something you see on the tape, modern art. Creating, curating. Okay, so we're going to put the butter, the teaspoon of vanilla extract, and the egg yolk in, and we're gonna whisk it. Okay. Bish bash bosh. Lovely. Medium mix. When the butter mixture is looking nice and creamy and dreamy, we're ready to add in the icing sugar. I'm going to sift it in. We're making that lovely snow scene. We make dreams happen on this film production company. Okay, now we're going to add the chocolate and the coffee. Coffee. Modification. Coffee. The cake has actually been in for 40 minutes and it's done now, so we're going to take it out. It looks beautiful on the top. It's got that rustic aesthetic. By rustic we mean a bit cracked at the top, but that's what makes it. That's what makes it. So I'm chuffed with that. We're going to let that cool now for about 30 minutes or so, and then we're going to frost it. So I'll see you then. See you in half an hour. Cleaning the house when kids are growing is like shoveling snow when it's still snowing. The lyrical kind of structure of that is absolutely otherworldly. Just like me, she's cool as a cucumber, and I've got my trusty trowels ready to frost, ready to get down, ready to get organised. How about chocolate on my teeth? Yeah. We're just finishing frosting the cake. We've moved onto this lovely little rustic chopping board. I thought it was a nice touch. Something that Delia would do, Nigella, you name it. You name all the big dogs, they'd be doing that. It's lovely to kind of work on these finishing touches and just take a moment to be proud of yourself. Yeah, oh yeah. We're having fun. Bedazzle, bejewel. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's gorgeous. One of the best things I've ever baked. Finishing off with that later. Catch me in the kitchen at 11:30. That is a warm hug on a winter's day. And I can feel the chocolate on my teeth, and you just gotta embrace it. Yeehaw! Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.